Man, I may have to save this read. I'm telling you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Here we are. Where do I go? Steve Slagel. Okay, alto saxophone and soprano on this date, and then flute tomorrow. Yeah.
Steve Slagel and I go back to Boston days and have played together in a lot of different groups throughout the years. He has an individual voice on the alto that's all his own, and a way of playing that just like carries you with him. He plays beautiful flute and soprano saxophone as well. And on this particular recording, he plays, there's a lot of different moments on flute and soprano as well as alto. He's been in the ensemble from its inception also. Was a big part of the 52nd Street Themes recording. And we have a lot of fun playing together through the years. It's great to have him there.
The saxophone is what brought me into all the music, and so I just like the sound of it and from an early age, and so just have been trying to develop that in a lot of different ways, and it seems like it keeps getting better. You know, you get older, but the music gets better all the time, it seems like. You got to hear Joe Lovano play trombone, man. I used to send him on gigs for me as a sub. Joe.
What?
Yeah, you got to ask Joe about that. He plays trombone. He'll tell you he doesn't, but he actually used to make the trombones in Cleveland. Yeah, he worked in the trombone factory. He'll tell you it's not hard to play.
He was a longshoreman too, wasn't he?
Larry Farrell on trombone. Larry and I were on Woody Herman's band together, and he's got a beautiful personality and a rich tone that fills out the whole area in the ensemble in that range.
Get a close-up of that bell right there. Got that in Cleveland when I was on Woody's band with Joe Lovano at Epstein's from Weasel Parker for $50.
I met Lovano on May 25th, 1978, when I joined Woody Herman's band. That was kind of an eye-opening experience, hearing him play Four Brothers for the first time, so it was fantastic.
On the second beat?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try it again.
Yeah. Whereas Ralph just keeps on playing his even bass notes.
Yeah. The thing is, everybody is a strong soloist, and I think this was kind of a dream of Joe's for quite some time, to put a band together with people that he really enjoyed playing with in a large ensemble. And when George Garzone plays, and Slagel, and Ralph LaLama, and Barry Reese, and Tim Hagens, and John Hicks, and Louis Nash, and the level is so high and the creativity is flowing all the time. The music is constantly developing and constantly changing, even when we play the same tunes over and over again. It's really an inspiring situation, and the musicians are great to not only play with, but to hang with as well.
Gary Smulyan as well is one of the great saxophone players today, and he's playing baritone saxophone primarily since I met him, which was back on the Woody Herman band as well in the late 70s, and was a beautiful voice right from the beginning on the baritone. That was at the beginning of his baritone career, and he's really a trip, man. He plays with such a strong, powerful personality and sound and direction, and just swings the band from note one, no matter what you're playing.
Louis Nash, drums.
Louis Nash is one of the hard-swinging drummers today, and is one of the most prolific and versatile players that can play within any structure and form and be so creative and articulate. We have a dialogue together that's very special.
Okay, take this far, forget the
Like a real, oh yeah? Oh, great.
You want to hear how it sounds?
Yeah, you got, oh, that's beautiful. Dig that. Thank you, sir.
Yourself a little softer melody.
Oh yeah, I have tons of melodies. Excellent. Okay, that'll go right with my collection. And a nice remembrance of the date, too. Right?
Yes, indeed.
Might need you to sign that bad boy.
Steve, we have E's unison somewhere. Barry Reese, trumpet.
Yeah, B.
Barry Reese is playing trumpet in the ensemble and has been in my Nonet for the last 4 years or so, and is one of the real improvisers on the trumpet today that really has something to say every time he plays. It doesn't matter what tune it is or what kind of structure we're on. He's full of ideas and he really executes in a beautiful, creative way within the ensemble.
You had backup pedal in mind?
James Weidman, piano.
James Weidman is one of the great piano players around New York, from Youngstown, Ohio, someone I've known for a long time, since I've come, we both came to New York around similar times, and we worked together with Abby Lincoln a little bit, and he's just recently started playing in the ensemble, especially with this Birth of the Cool Suite, because Gunther wrote some amazing piano parts within this orchestration, and James really came to the table, man, and took care of business.
I'm Tim Hagens, and I play the trumpet.
Tim and I go back for years and have played together in a lot of settings, and he's a member of the original Nonet from the first recording, 52nd Street Themes. And Tim has a really strong, incredible voice on his instrument and executes his ideas so freely, beautiful. And the way him and Barry work together in contrasting sounds and approaches with the various mutes and the different things that they do is a fantastic little inner group within the whole Nonet.
John Hicks piano.
Probably the first gigs I did with him were playing at Bradley's trios with Walter Booker on bass. I think David Williams played bass with us also. But John is just one of these spirits that has so much love and joy and feeling in his music, his beat. He makes a rhythm section just come alive, man. So working with John has been an incredible period for me, and he's been a member of the Nonet since the beginning, and was a part of the 52nd Street recording, and just a joy to play with, man. As soon as you count the tune off from beat one, man, it's just an amazing feeling throughout playing with John. It's fantastic.
Hipsters, flipsters, and finger-popping daddies, knock me your loads. The bad jazz of the cat blows wails long after he's cut out, while the groovy is too oft stashed with their frames.
Boom, boo-day, 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 da-da-da, day-da. Yeah. By the tempo here, I want to go with that.
James, can't you leave this?
Something like that.
Dennis Irwin, bass.
Dennis Irwin is one of the bass players today that, with the tradition of Wilbur Ware and Jimmy Garrison, carries on as his own player with the deep feeling of the history of jazz. He knows so much music, man. and he plays clarinet and knows Brazilian music and all kinds of things. Dennis is into Mahler and knows melodies and structures and forms that he lives with all the time. So you can play really free with Dennis. Within structured music, things come together in a free way. And when you're playing unstructured things, or when you open things up and the structure is more free and open for you to create, he has just a beautiful flowing harmonic approach within music that might be more atonal, let's say, you know. He treats everything as melody, and it's a joy to play with Dennis.
George Garzone, tenor saxophone.
George Garzone, also, as you could hear, talking about all the cats in the band, we have relationships that go way back. George and I first met at Berklee College of Music in 1971. I was in my first semester and he was in his last.
He was practicing in a room next to me. I didn't even know him. And I was in the next practice room practicing giant steps on clarinet, and I heard this monster playing next door. And then all of a sudden, he comes over and kicks my door in. And he's like, "Man, what are you practicing?" I said, "What are you practicing?" And he said, "Hi, I'm Joe Lovano." And that was the beginning of our everlasting relationship together.
We started playing together and improvising free together back then, and practicing together, you know. George is an amazing voice on his instrument and has, through the years, just developed and grown every day. He's one of the most dedicated, pure improvisers that I know. And he was a part of the 52nd Street Themes recording also, and has been a part of my world in improvised music for a long time, and just a pleasure to have him on the set also, and with his contributions and beautiful approach.
Joey, I didn't embarrass the organization with this clarinet thing, did I?
You're all very healthy and strong.
I'm Ralph Lano, and I play on this record date clarinet, B-flat clarinet, and B-flat tenor saxophone.
Ralph Lano is one of my close friends and great musicians in my life that I've also known for years. We first met back in Cleveland in the mid-'70s at the Smiling Dog Saloon there. And Ralph was going to Youngstown State at the time. And then we hung out in New York shortly after that. And Ralph also played on the Woody Herman Band, and we're a member of the Mel Lewis Jazz Orchestra for years together, playing at the Village Vanguard every Monday night. And Ralph's full of ideas and is a hard swinging player, and it's just a joy to have him around within the ensemble, musically and otherwise. Another family band. So nice to have so many little situations where you get together with people that you know your whole lifetime and try to create some music together.
But it was really hard.
Learned so much doing this.
I come here to cool you cats. Now stay cool while I blow. Yes. To swing or not to swing, that is the hang up.